Class of 2025, I'm so sorry I came late to the party. Class of 2026, you're right here on time. So today I want to be talking about how to transition from being a student to a working professional. So if you're still trying to find a job, this video is for you. If you're a student looking to transition into the UK workplace, this video is for you. So today I'm going to be sharing all the tips that has worked for me, and we're going to be learning how you can easily transition, especially if you've not done any internship before. This is your first time trying to find a corporate job. This video will help you to seamlessly transition from being a student to being a working professional. And I've got someone amazing here today to discuss this with me. Her name is...
Hi everyone, my name is Nurul Izzati. My full name is Izzati, Nurul Izzati basically. Oh my gosh!
Izzy, okay. We call her
and
Izzy.
And Esther know me as Izzy because that's what I asked my colleague to call me, my work friends to call me basically. So Esther know me as Izzy. And I've been in Bristol for 7 years, and I used to study here at the University of Bristol for 3 years, and then started working after graduating up until now, so around 4 years already.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, welcome to my channel. Guys, please help me welcome Izzy to my channel. So guys, you have to watch this video to the very end. If you skip this video, you're going to miss out on important part, so you need to watch to the very end, okay? So, and today I'm going to be asking you some questions. I know you're ready, to dish out that advice to any young person out there that is looking to learn. You're an immigrant, you're a student. This video would really help you out. So the first question I want to ask is, how did you transition from being a student to being a working professional? What was the process like for you? Was it easy? Was it difficult? Like, what do you have to say about the process of, finishing and moving into the UK workspace?
How is it? So basically, transitioning from student to working. Firstly, I guess the question is, how did I get a first job in finance after graduating? So these are the tools that basically help me, and I feel like it's already well known to public. It's just whether we utilizing them or not. So the first one is, of course, LinkedIn. It's a very easy access to everybody, and I use LinkedIn a lot to actually use the job search page, where if I see any job advertisement, and then I will apply through LinkedIn, and also applying through their company website, because I think that is one of the tips that people told me. Just go straight to the website, and also applying through LinkedIn as well. And the second one is job search pages like Indeed, Glassdoor. I use all of them. I like everything that's out there when I first started to find a job. And the third one is we know that they exist, but we don't really utilize them as much, which is the recruitment agencies, which that is the one that helps me getting my first job, in finance job, particularly in finance industry, where I'll mention the agency that really helped me, which is Reed and Robert Half. So they are the ones that my first role that I got is from Reed, which is a temporary role, and it's a part-time role, which they will call me when I am needed, but I feel like it's not enough. I feel like I need to have like a full-time role, and then that's when I use Robert Half, and Robert Half give me like a show me in the right direction. There's a company that actually wanted to contract me for 6 months, which we feel like it's just a short period of time, but actually it's a good opportunity for me, and at least I have 6 months security in a way, because when you're trying to find a job in a new place, especially in a place that it's in not your own country, like Esther said, we're immigrants. I'm from Malaysia, by the way. I should mention that. Okay, so where am I going to? So basically, security is very important at that time too. So I get a contract position for 6 months through Robert Half. So I would definitely recommend you to look out for recruitment agencies, because they could be one of the path that you got your first job in finance in the UK.
Brilliant, amazing. That's a good one. I mean, I had somebody talk about the recruitment agencies. I didn't know it was this powerful, because it was one of my friend. I was like, oh, she's been looking for a job. She had to drop her CV in like the pages of recruitment agencies, and they were able to help her find a job. But I mean, I haven't explored that, but I think it's a good one. So if you're struggling, you're not getting called for interviews, perhaps you need to use them, and then they can point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
But what was the process like for you? Like, did it take a lot of time, like between when you graduated, when you got your first job? Like people say that it takes a lot to get a job in the UK. Did you experience the same thing, or it was a bit easy for you?
I mean, of course, I'm talking this back in 2021, because that's when I first started looking for jobs. So between graduating, which is July 2021, my first finance role is in November 2021.
So it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So in between, although I have like an internship in between before getting a proper job. So I have a part-time job on top of that, an finance internship to basically make me survive the 4 or 5 months not having a full-time job. So if you think like, I don't have prior experience of like internship when I was studying, like my studying years. So my internship even started after I graduating. So there are internships out there that actually cater for graduated, graduates basically. So it's not just internship that's provided for people that are still studying in their universities. So yeah, you can look out for that too.
That's amazing. I hope you got something from that. Another thing I feel will be quite useful to people out there is to understand what sort of challenges you experienced, you faced when you were trying to get that job. So would you like to share that with people?
Yes, of course. So I think for people like me and you, I categorize that in like two biggest challenges, which is especially if you just graduating, there's like working element, and then there's like adulting element, which is life after, like outside of work. So working, I guess, transitioning from student into being a student to professional, first thing is like shifting ways of communicating and like ways of working. Of course, when we are a student, we sort of have this free time, like not free time, we can align ourselves, we can schedule our days based on like when we have classes, and then basically we have lots of free time. But working, our time is like sort of like restricted to 9 to 5, and then basically looking at scheduling yourself outside of work is one of the things that I need to learn as well. And then shifting your ways of communicating, that is the biggest part, I would say. Learning how to communicate with like your managers, like people that are higher ups. There's ways that you need to learn how to communicate with different stakeholders, and also writing emails. That is one of the biggest things that I was like, how am I supposed to write emails?
I can imagine.
Like, and to word your the messages that you wanted to portray, pass in an email. Because honestly, when I was a student, I don't really use email that much. That's the email is just for me to look at my schedule, when is my classes and all that. But in a workplace, email is a way of communicating where we communicate a lot. So learning how to communicate, and once you have gauged how the other person, the other party or your stakeholder communicate with you, and you become closer, and then the way you write emails and communicating with them is also shifting to be more closer and all that. So that navigating through that, but of course it's not something that you will learn before, but actually you learn throughout working. And then the second bit is,
I mean, I was gonna say something just before you go. Like, I think the people that are out there right now have a
Uh-huh.
lot to benefit. Like, during your days, we didn't have like ChatGPT and Copilot.
Oh
But now
yeah.
you've got ChatGPT. Like, if you're struggling, just go to ChatGPT or
Yeah.
Copilot and say, I want to send an email to somebody saying, just draft me an email.
Yeah.
And then you can refine it to help you, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
that would
thank you
work.
for adding
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And now, and the other point is adapting towards, like the culture, the people here, because of course we're coming from other country, and our culture is a bit different, and sort of try to understand the culture, British culture, even more, like English culture, even more, and sometimes having understand certain things that they went through, like, or the shows that they watch, make us
Yeah.
want to like can communicate with them even more. For example, like sports, it's a big thing here.
Yeah.
Although first we're not really know about football. We're women, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, people here talk about football. Even women understand football. So sometimes like learning or just keep up with, for example, this now it's like Premier League season, if I'm not mistaken. So just trying to keep up, just to have that small talks or
Exactly.
communication to communicate with them before actually get into like the work stuff, for example.
I think
So, yeah.
I'm also learning that, because I mean, it's not easy, because before you have like your proper, maybe
Yeah.
if you have a meeting with somebody, before you have like your proper meeting, you have to talk about one or two things. Maybe they watch the show and you don't even know that. Maybe you're not on Netflix, like, and you're like the most clueless person in the room, right? So you
yeah.
have to try to immerse yourself into the culture, like understand what is their interest, and
Yeah,
align
exactly.
yourself as well, so that
Yeah.
you can, you
Yeah.
wouldn't feel a little bit different from them. Of
Yeah.
course, you're not trying to change your personality to be like
exactly.
them, but at least you should be able to communicate with them as well. So that's a good one.
Yeah, adding to that point, actually, people in our workplace, they do. I feel like all British people, they do curious about our culture too, and they do ask about things that our culture have. So
Yeah.
it's basically try to understand each other.
Yeah,
It's not just
exactly.
one way, I believe. So that's what I believe. Like our workplace is quite good. Like all our colleagues are very nice.
Yeah.
And they try to understand our culture. So it's not just us understanding theirs, basically.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean, thank you so much for that. So, do you want to add any other thing, or should just wrap up on that?
Yeah, I guess because I wanted to add about adulting here, because that's just like working, right? Adulting, so basically navigating through life outside working, because I think that's important too, especially when you're a student, for example, and you have the dedication to wanting to work here, but there are some other friends that you are like the same course with, they already go back to their own country, so that's kind of feel like sometimes you feel like your circle is becoming smaller and smaller. So I think finding like your own community to keep your motivation up and keep reminding you back why you decided to stay here, why you decided to explore this path, like working in a different country, and sort of make sure you have life outside work, like friends, and then maybe activities, hobbies. So yeah, to balance yourself, it's not just working, because that's important, like to have a balance.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Finding the right community that would support you, and also having a life outside of work. Thank you for that. It's been an interesting conversation so far. I hope you're getting value today. I'm going to ask you the next question, which I feel is also very important. And to some people who are a bit scared, they're not sure if they can do it. And so I would like you to share your own experience. Did you feel prepared for the workplace? Did you feel that you were ready to go into the workplace, and why? Why did you feel so, or why not? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I think this question is I'm going to get into like more personal, like my own personal experience, and to give you more insights on actually there's no like too late for you to actually be prepared or prepare yourself to the workplace. So my personal experience, I'll tell you first. Honestly, I am not prepared.
Oh, you weren't.
So when I was in my third year of studies, in my head I wanted to go home to Malaysia, and Um, I know that the next chapter of life, of course, like working, but I didn't even find a job in Malaysia. So when upon graduating, I don't even have a position. If I like in my head, I wanted to go back to Malaysia. Of course, I need to have a position in
Yeah.
Malaysia, like a role or like a job offer in Malaysia already for me to actually think, oh, I want to go back. But I don't when I graduated.
Oh.
So that's just to show you, like it's if you see me just like this, you must be thinking, oh, she must know what she wanted to do, but actually I don't.
Yeah.
So when I graduated, I already have a ticket to go back to Malaysia.
You bought a ticket already?
Yeah, I've already bought a ticket, but I don't even have a job offer yet in Malaysia. And then this one of my senior, but not we were like exchanging messages, and he was basically asking me, oh, do you are you when are you coming back, or are you staying there? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming back, I have a ticket. And then he said to me, don't you want to try to find a job in the UK first? And I was like, oh, why, what do you think that I can? And then we go into like this conversation. Basically what he said to me that sticks to me is basically Malaysia, my home, like your home as well, like for example Nigeria is
or
your
wherever
home.
you're from.
Wherever you're from is always going to be that. That's your home, and you're always going to go back to, and it's always, and it's open for you, and every time, anytime, every time and anytime. So, but if you didn't try first, and the fact that I'm already physically being in the UK, in like other country, try to look for position here first before actually going back. If I didn't try, you're gonna regretting it. So basically that's what I take from that. He's basically saying if you didn't try, you'll never know if you can do it or not.
Definitely.
So my point is, some people, they actually have their goal set up. So if they aim to work after graduating in the country that they're studying, that's very good for them. But some people, including me, sometimes need a bit of push, and that's to show that it's not too late and
to start now,
and to prepare yourself. So when that senior sort of like pushed me and helped me throughout the journey, I sort of like I really put my vision to it. But I have like a tunnel vision now instead of like wide. Now it's like I need to get a job here. If the outcome is not like I don't get the job here, I can just go back to Malaysia. There's no harm in trying. So I did try, and I did seek help. Don't be afraid to ask questions to people that already got position here, like the one that have similar situation like you having now, because of course they also went through what you went through before, what you're currently going through. So yeah, it's never too late to prepare yourself. So that's my take on this question.
Brilliant. That's amazing, and I totally agree with you. Sometimes you need someone to point you in the right direction, and that's why we have this video. So if you're watching this video, you're in the right place. So watch it to the very end. So if you feel that you're not prepared, maybe you need to speak to somebody. Maybe you need to watch this video to the very end, because that's the preparation that you need to get into the workplace. So she was not ready to, start a job in the UK, but she did it anyway, and she's working, she's thriving. Like, it's been 4 years now, right?
Yeah,
so that's so amazing. So if you feel unprepared, ask questions, always like ask questions that generally, because you'd have the opportunity of learning from others, learning from their mistakes, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that they made before. That's so profound. Thank you for that.
No worries. Okay.
So I'm going to ask this question, which I feel is very important and quite useful, because as you're a student, you might think that what you're studying might not be useful for you in the workplace, but actually it's going to help you to also thrive in your career. So for you, what skills in your universities do you think help you to find a job, and what sort of skills and experience that you were able to take from when you were a student that you're currently using right now that you're working?
Okay. Skills. I guess the first one is being not afraid to ask questions. I guess because I think this is the things that I notice when I was studying. Sometimes when you're in a big class, you don't really get to ask questions a lot, and maybe the time that the lecturer answer your questions is like limited. So what I always do is I always if I need to know more, I would go to see the lecturer myself and have like a one-to-one discussion with him or her if I have any questions. So I basically, if I don't understand something, I would ask questions. And similar to how I trying to find a job, I actually don't know, and I did rely on the sage senior that I told you about earlier. I asked him a lot of questions because he's really good in, for example, like CV making, and he checked my CV. He point out things that I need to change in my CV, and then he did ask me to how to utilize LinkedIn, for example, and he is the one who said to me to go to apply positions in the company's website straight away.
Yeah.
So and also ask him how he sort of structure the roles and how many roles that he applied before he got like the one. He did say to me that he applied for so many positions, and it doesn't matter how much rejection you have. You just need one yes to actually step into a workplace and a workforce, an industry and changing you from a student into a professional. So I guess ask questions. Don't feel ashamed to be. Don't think that people will think that you don't know stuff, because actually we learn from others, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how we actually know like their experiences and all that. You can go and find on Google, but actually asking people and learning their experience of what they went through, that's a key to me that is very important. And another skills that I feel like very important in the workplace, that unfortunately I feel like I don't really use it much during my uni days, but it's very important in workplace, which is cooperation. I'm not saying that university doesn't allow me to do like group stuff, but it's the way my course, like finance course, is structured. It's more individual work.
Oh, okay.
So there's less room for me to cooperate, like, or rely on somebody else to, and they also rely and get the job done. Some courses, yes, like for example, I have friends from engineering courses where they do have group assessment, where the results is being contributed to the final result.
Yeah.
But in my finance courses, they don't do that. So it's more like individual based, and it's limited for me to actually use or utilize the skills in like a student type of task. But in a workplace, especially in a big company like our company, they are like, each teams rely on each other very much.
Yeah.
For example, like sometimes the output that I provided, other teams will use that as their input to get something else. And sometimes the output, the thing that I'm working on, I rely on some other teams to do my task. So that's how important it is. We are actually all in the same boat. We are in the same destination.
Exactly.
So, for example, in a boat, the people that drive need like signal from the navigator to actually say, oh, it's fine to actually go on left or right, for example, because of how big the boat is, for example. So we rely on that's one of the biggest thing in a workplace that I know very important, like cooperating and also being fair from one team to another, and understanding like you also play a big
big role,
role
yeah,
into a big picture in the wider organization. So although you feel like you're just doing a small part, but it's actually contributing to something bigger.
Brilliant, profound. Two things. The first one was that ask questions, and I think that was quite useful because I came from Nigeria. I'd worked like over 5 years in Nigeria, but then what I did in Nigeria is different from what I'm currently doing. So it was like as though I was starting afresh, just like you. And sometimes I was like, how do I ask her that? How do I ask that I don't know this? I felt like so bad, like I shouldn't be asking questions. But actually, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't ask questions, because sometimes it's just one click, just somebody to show you one thing. That's all you need to move to the next level. So there's no point being so proud. I'm going to use the word proud because if you can't ask questions, you're actually proud. You feel like you know it all. So there's no point being proud, like, oh, I'm not going to ask, so they don't feel I don't know. You're actually wasting your time. So please ask questions. Be curious, like, okay, can you show me how to do this, or why did you do it this way? How can I learn from you? I think that's so important. And like you said, you always go on a one-to-one. So even if it means setting up like a 10-minute meeting with somebody just to show you how their file is set up, so that you know that you're looking at the right thing. So it's very, very important that you ask questions. I think also the people at work are actually very willing to teach you. They are more than willing. So sometimes you think they're going to look at you in a way. No, actually they know that, especially if you're in your first 3 months, that is the best time to ask questions, right? So just go ahead and ask that question. Say, I don't know this and I just need you to help me with this. So please go ahead and ask questions. And I think the second one you talked about was the fact that people collaborate a lot, which is quite useful. I think because I did a master's, we had to do a lot of collaboration, like group works, and it was so annoying because, like, if you have 5 people in a team, one person is willing to let you down or is not even ready to contribute at all, and so it's as though one person, like maybe 2 people might be working more than the other people. Sometimes, and sometimes you see this in the workplace, that sometimes you need something for work and you have to wait a little longer because maybe people have their own schedules and all of that. So you have to learn how to accommodate other people to achieve your own goals. So it's not about, oh, I'm the best, but you cannot accommodate other people. You're not patient enough. You don't know how to, like, persuade them in a way to give you what you want. So you have to also be like open enough and be, well, I say emotionally intelligent now, to know how to adapt to people's schedule to get what you want, to achieve your own goals. So yes, you're contributing. The last one you said, always believe that you're contributing to the wider organization. Whatever the input of your work is so important. So don't feel that you're not important. You're actually an important piece in the organization. Brilliant. I'm going to add my own because I did my master's. Like, one of my courses was an investment, and we had to do work like a simulation. It was on Excel, so we had to get like a plug and add in, like a plug-in to do like some sort of calculation. I'm trying to remember it now because it's off my head, but so learning that Excel skill was actually very important.
Oh, is it the what if analysis and all that?
I can't remember. It's not what if, but it was going to give us like the minimum investment you need to make to get a maximum output or something like that. It was a bit complicated because it was, as in my head was on fire during that period, but like also just basic Excel skills, knowing how to use Microsoft Word.
Exactly.
Don't take it for granted. If you're learning it now, you're a student, that would actually help you. You make PowerPoint, you need to make a presentation. Maybe they're calling you to present in class, like, I don't want to do it. You're gonna meet it in the workplace.
Exactly.
So stop running away. Just go ahead and just volunteer yourself, or just that small opportunity you have to lead, just be there, do whatever you can do, because it's going to help you in one way.
Adding to that, so thank you for adding the technical bit, because I just focus on like the more soft skills, right? But I do really agree with the technical bit, especially the Excel, because sometimes Excel is the one that your Excel skills will give you the position, maybe the position that the person that they are looking after, they wanted them to have like technical heavy skills, and that could basically like you can show off that, for example, so, and that could possibly be a reason why they chose you.
So important. Don't ignore those skills. thank you for watching the video up to this point. We're getting close to the end of the video, and I want to ask you this question. Did you have any expectation about what the UK workplace would be like when you were a student or when you were about to apply? Did you have any expectation in your head? And did your expectation of the UK workplace, meet your reality? By the time you started working, did it look like where you wanted to be? Are you proud of it? What would you like to share about that?
Of course. Thank you, Esther. So I'm just going to talk this for like 9 to 5, because of course there's other industry that might have different sort of schedule and line of work. For example, like shift working, it's different. But yeah, just a caveat there. This is a 9 to 5 position, and I would say my expectation, and I heard a lot of it, is like work-life balance, which I think that the reality is, yeah, I do have work-life balance. It's very common culture in UK workforce, I would say, and it's not just something that people throw to sort of like attract people to work in the UK, but it's actually true. I believe, and that is just one of the things that people really appreciate, where they can flex their time to cater for their own personal life and at the same time get the job done, because that's the main important thing. You don't have to stay from the 8 hours straight to get the job done, doesn't it? Like, as long as you can get the job done, you can basically flex your time. So for example, sometimes I go gym classes in the middle of the day. I started earlier, and then I go for my gym class at 11, for example, and then finish at the same time. So be able to flex the time, that is something that I appreciate the most in the UK. And my expectation, I feel like the reality exceeds my expectation.
Oh, brilliant.
And having good managers as well.
Yeah.
This is not like expectation. I feel like this is, if you're lucky, you get good managers. If you're not lucky, you get like so-so managers. But I'm really thankful that all the managers that I have so far, from my first finance job until now, they're all really wonderful and very understanding. And that makes me believe that most of the managers, or like people that are managing other people, they are very, very caring and very understanding towards your needs. So yeah, that's one of the things that I feel like exceed my expectation.
Oh, that's so profound, and I agree with you, because one of the reasons why I moved to the UK, apart from the fact that I wanted to like what's the word now? I wanted to further my studies. I wanted to know more. I wanted to also transition to like investment banking, but even though I'm not there yet, I've sort of like drifted away. But one of the reasons why I actually moved to the UK from my home country is actually work-life balance, because you might not know Lagos, but if you know Lagos for a while, you know that we have the Lagos mainland and the Lagos island, so it's separated by water. But you can drive through. We have got like this big bridge, Third Mainland Bridge, that takes you there. So I used to live in the mainland, and then I used to work on island. So, and Lagos is a bit congested, so we've got a lot of traffic situation, and so I would, especially on a Monday, if I don't leave the house by 5:30 in the morning, I might get to the office maybe 9 or 10. So you have to like leave early to beat the traffic and get to work early. And the same thing with closing time. If you don't leave by 4, which obviously we don't close by 4
a.m.
So 4 p.m. Sorry. So if you don't leave by 4, there's going to be mad traffic. So I have to wait later to like 8 when the traffic has subsided. So I end up getting home by 9. So if you look at the time,
oh my god,
that's ridiculous, right? That was my life, right? So later, as I grew older, for family reasons, I was like, I can't continue to do this. I need this work-life balance, and then I moved to the UK, and I would say that the UK workplace has given me that work-life balance. Like you said, you can schedule your life around work, or is it schedule work around your life, whatever
whatever
that yeah,
you get the idea.
Yeah, so you have that flexibility of deciding how you want to work and plan your life, and still live healthy, live happy, and be able to do other things with your life. So I think that is really profound. That was my expectation, and yes, my expectation met my reality met my expectations, so that's really good. Thank you so much for that.
That's good that you mentioned that. And of course you have your experience before working, and then working in the UK. You have sort of, you can compare them.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't have working experience back in Malaysia, but I do hear stories from my friends on work-life balance and on how their managers are and all that. So I'm feeling very grateful that I live here and able to experience this as my sort of like first, since I started working, I don't really have to go through all that like my friends went through, which I'm really, really blessed, I feel like, and very grateful for.
Yeah, that's a good one. So guys, look forward to working in the UK and look forward to having good managers. Last question, guys. I promise you we're getting to the end of this video. I know it's a bit long, but it's the last one. So I'm going to ask you, what are your final words to anyone that's looking to transition into the UK workplace? You're a student, you're an immigrant, you've been searching, you don't know the way forward. What final words do you have to give to them?
I think my final word is try. Just push yourself and try. If you don't try, you'll never know whether you will be able to get a position here or like be able to live here, for example. That's in my case too. If I didn't try, I wouldn't know. So even though the outcome, you don't know the outcome yet, like it's very uncertain, but if you didn't give it a try, you'll regret even more. So yeah, that's my, I don't want to give like proper advice, but that's just the thing. Like if you didn't try, you'll never know.
Yeah, don't give up as well. If you keep trying and it's not working out, and you think, okay, she said she only waited 2 months, so she waited 3 months, and mine is taking like a year. Just keep trying. I have a friend who tried for almost a year and she got a job like last month, and it's one of the big companies in the UK. So just keep trying, keep doing something, and you'll definitely get there. And then I think secondly, we need to look at your field. You're in the finance industry. I'm also in the finance industry as well. So if there is a finance professional out there or somebody looking to get a finance professional job, and do you have any final words for them? What has worked for you? Anything that at least they can go home with today that they need to utilize?
So finance professional, I think if you're trying to go for like a finance, if you're still in high school and if you want to go for finance position, of course get a degree under finance, anything that related to accounting and finance, economics, for example, and that will help you when you're doing your SCCA, your membership, for example, where you'll get loads of exemptions, for example. So if you still didn't get into degree life yet, maybe you can plan your career ahead in terms of that. Like you get your degree and then choose your courses based on whether you will get exemptions or not in your ACCA membership, because having a ACCA or like any other like CIMA membership, professional certificate, that will push you to be more like credible, and that will help you to grow in your finance career even more. But for the people that, for example, doing degree in a different field, there's still not too late. You can do masters in finance too, because there's so many masters that universities offering. They don't really require you to have a like a degree knowledge of your finance. So you can still change your path. For example, you can get a master's, or you can even go straight to doing professional certificates, because that's where you can still learn from the easier syllabus, and then that will build up to like the advanced level, for example. So that's my advice.
Brilliant. So what she's saying is get your ACCA.
No, not just SCCA.
Get your
Professional
ACCA
certificate.
professional certificate. Well, I would say get SEMA because I'm doing SEMA, so get SEMA or you get ACA, whichever one works for you.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I want to say, I mean, just to add to her, is it's finance is a bit technical, but it's interesting, it's rewarding, it's challenging. So if you're ready for the fun stuff, you like challenges, you like to be challenged, you know, you like to think, you like to use your brain, your analytical mind. Yeah, go for it. I mean, but if you want the easy stuff, you know, don't come to finance.
Yeah, yeah,
If you're not ready
exactly.
to challenge yourself, you know, don't come to finance. But if you like something really challenging, rewarding, interesting, dynamic, something that's not like straightforward, yeah, I think it's a good career, but and it's interesting as well. So that's the end of our video. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming to my channel, Izzy. Guys, help me thank her. You know, go to the comment section, say thank you so much. And also, if there's anything you've learned from the video today, just put that in the comment section. If there are any questions you have for us, go ahead and put that in the comment section. We're going to respond to you. Thank you for watching to the very end. Until our next video. Bye.